Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I am Timothy alongside Sergio, of course.
Hey everybody.
Welcome back. Smash the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. This weekend, we are recording a little bit late, so we will not waste any more time. As you know, we are giving out betting tips for 5 different club competitions across Europe: Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, and the Premier League. So, like I said, we're a little bit late. Press for time. Quick picks this weekend. Let's get right to it. First off, we are starting with the Eredivisie today. First matchup, NEC hosting AZ. Now, AZ kind of locked into that 4 spot, while NEC can climb over Ajax to avoid the playoffs. NEC already won the first matchup, and I really don't trust AZ in this spot, so I'm leaning more towards NEC. Sergio, what are you doing here?
No, NEC is one of my bad bets this weekend. So I'm going for the NEC all the way. I think they are at the moment the one of the best teams in the Eredivisie, and I think they'll give AZ a little run for the money.
Yeah, AZ, if you look at AZ's record over the last 10 games, they only beaten horrible teams. As soon as they play good teams, and I know they've beaten Ajax, but Ajax is also kind of horrible at the moment, but still, they don't beat good teams. And NEC, like you said, is playing very good at the moment. Still, NEC is playing at home, and they're still the underdog, so good odds. NEC wins set at 3.3, AZ 2.06. So give me NEC. I really like that. All right. Next up, PEC hosting Heracles. PEC wins set at 2.1. Heracles wins set at 3.4. Line for total goals 2.5. Now these teams are leveled on points, both 8 points above the drop. The loser can maybe fall into danger of getting into a relegation battle for the last 3 weeks, but I don't really see that happening. So I think both teams will be very conservative in this matchup. So I'm picking a draw here. Or are you doing something, Sergio?
Actually, I'm leaning more towards PEC Zwolle, and that's because they're playing at home, and also the between these two, Zwolle usually is the better team. So I'm leaning more towards PEC Zwolle.
I understand, and PEC is also favored in this matchup, so if the lean goes towards PEC, but like I said, I really can see both teams being conservative, try to pick up a point here, so not fall into in danger of getting to a relegation battle for the last 3 weeks. So that's why I'm leaning more towards a draw, but maybe a double chance for PEC. That would be the play here. They're playing at home, and they've been a slightly better team overall this season, so I can understand the lean towards PEC. Double chance PEC. All right, next up, Sparta hosting Volendam. Sparta wins set at 1.36. Volendam wins set at 9. Line for total goals 3.5. Now, I don't have a bet in this game. Sparta should win this game, right? Volendam's awful.
Yeah, Sparta should win. I'm actually looking at the over 3.5 because I believe Sparta will at home. They haven't given the fans, a really good game the last matches at home. So
There was one where they beat Fortuna 4-0.
yeah, but it's been really conservative this season for them wins at home.
Yes. Wins at home. Yes, I agree with you there. Wins at home. Yes.
So against Volendam is a chance, to close the season in a high. So I'm going for the over 3.5 in this game.
Yeah, that's a good play. All right. Next up, RKC hosting Utrecht. RKC wins set at 3.25. Utrecht wins set at 2.17. Line total goal set at 2.5. Now, Utrecht also has a chance to climb over Ajax if they win this game. The gap will be 1 point, while RKC will be looking to climb over Excelsior. Sergio, where are you going here?
I'm going for FC Utrecht. Perfect odds. FC Utrecht, like you said, it's a chance for them to take over the 5th spot. So I don't think they'll give RKC a chance to ruin that for them. So
yeah, I agree with you. And as a matter of fact, Utrecht one of my best bets for the weekend. Now, under the new coach, Utrecht has only lost 3 games, twice to Feyenoord, 1 to Ajax. So listen, man, RKC should not trouble Utrecht at all. Give me Utrecht for a win. All right, next up, Vitesse hosting Fortuna. Vitesse wins set at 3.8. Fortuna wins set at 1.97. Line for total goals again, 2.5. Now, Vitesse, they got points deducted, so now they're sitting at minus 1 point. So
Yeah.
obviously they're already relegated.
Yeah,
They-
minus
they-
1 point, yes.
yeah, they're just in shambles at the moment. So the only play here should be Fortuna, right?
Yeah, yes, of course. Vitesse, I think the worst team in the Eredivisie ever with a minus 1 point, but but still, Fortuna, Vitesse, everything is gone there. The team is the confidence is gone. They've already given up. For Fortuna, I don't think Fortuna has nothing to play for.
No,
Actually,
not
they're
really.
already safe.
They might if they win all of the remaining games and Heerenveen and Sparta lose in the last remaining games, then maybe Fortuna can climb. But that's a long shot.
Yes, so that's why, yeah, I think this will just be an open game, but I still think it's a Fortuna win.
Yeah, should be. All right. That wraps up the Eredivisie because a couple of matches were played during midweek, so we don't have all the teams involved in action in the weekend. So that wraps up the Eredivisie. Let's get to the Premier League. First game, West Ham hosting Liverpool. West Ham wins set at 6. Liverpool wins set at 1.52. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, speaking of teams that have given up and don't look like themselves, what's going on with Liverpool, man?
Yeah, Liverpool. I don't know. It's the like the match against. I think the match against Atalanta. The matches against Atalanta. I think that ruined the whole season for them because after that it went just
Yeah, like a spiral down.
and after that point it thought it was gone. It was over.
Yeah, they lost to Crystal Palace, and that pretty much sealed their fate for the Premier League. And now you lose to Everton in midweek. It's just bad, man.
Yeah, against Everton. Oh my God, it was I don't know. Did you see the goals? The first one. Oh, God. It was, I thought I was looking at Burnley or something like that. But
Yeah.
but it's gone. So West Ham has a good chance here. I would go for a double chance, West Ham.
Yes, that would be also be my play here, but just a little sprinkle because West Ham is also not in great form at the moment. But they're playing at home. Liverpool lost hope, has given up, so a double chance for West Ham. That would be my play here. And as a matter of fact, things won't get any better for Liverpool next season because the next coach will be Arne Slot, a Dutch coach. So
Yeah, I won't go that far, but let's see. Let's see what they do on the transfer market first.
yeah, but you know how Dutch coaches do outside of the Eredivisie, right? So
Yes, really
not,
bad.
not a great record. All right, let's get to the next game. Fulham hosting Crystal Palace. Fulham wins set at 2.17. Crystal Palace wins set at 3.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now 3 straight wins for Palace now, where they have played very impressive. Fulham has 1 win in the last 5. Yeah, and out of form, West Ham and even at home have lost 3 out of 5. So neither team is really playing for anything at this point, but I'm still leaning towards Palace at this spot. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, they won 3 games in a row, but I'm a little bit worried about that because now they're playing away. Fulham, not a good streak the last 4 games. So actually, I'm leaning more towards Fulham.
Yeah. All right, then I'm leaning towards Palace, but like I said, neither team's really playing for anything, so nothing. I don't really have a hard bet in this game. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Newcastle hosting Sheffield. Newcastle wins set at 1.33. Sheffield wins set at 13. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, I also don't have a bet in this game. Kind of low odds and a low value backing Newcastle. Also, a lot of injuries for Newcastle, but I really can't see Sheffield troubling Newcastle. But they almost upset in Manchester United in midweek. So, do they have a chance here?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. They do have a chance. But the game against Manchester United, I think it was a little bit, yeah, bad luck for them. But I think they have a chance here.
To upset Newcastle United, so maybe take a double chance for Sheffield United. The pressure's off, so they're kind of playing freely. They're already relegated. So, yeah, Newcastle a lot of injuries, so I can see Sheffield sneaking out maybe a draw here. But obviously Newcastle a heavy favorite as they should be, and they actually should win this game. But this might sprinkle something on a double chance for Sheffield.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Next up, Manchester United hosting Burnley. United wins set at 1.52. Burnley wins set at 6. Line for total goals 3.5. Now, this is a team I won't be betting. Manchester United. So if I'm placing a bet in this game, it would be Burnley. You just can't trust United at this spot. They almost got upset by Sheffield, while Burnley just trashed Sheffield last weekend 4-1. And United almost blew a 3-0 lead in the FA Cup semis. So that was also kind of an embarrassing moment. Burnley still has a small chance to escape relegation. So I think they will be maybe playing for their lives here while United is playing to lock up the 6th spot. But man, I really can't trust United. So what are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah, and against Coventry City.
Yeah, it's just bad, man.
Yeah, no, I would go for a double chance. Burnley, out of the last 6 matches, they just lost 1. So yeah, I think it's a little too late for them. But against Man United, I think they can maybe try something. So
Yeah, I also think it's a little bit late, but if you're a player in the Burnley locker room, you still have to believe that you have a chance, and that's how I think they will approach this game. So I think in a desperation will call, and they will really give United the run for their money. And listen, man, you don't even have to be a great team to trouble United at the moment. So
I think that Coventry has proven that. So.
yes, obviously. All right, next up, Wolves hosting Luton. Wolves win set at 2.07. Luton win set at 3.6. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, neither team in form. Wolves won 1 out of the last 9, while Luton 1 out of the last 14. And Luton also really playing to escape relegations. Wolves not really playing for anything. Where are you going, Sergio?
No, this looks more like a draw for me, and usually I stay away from these games. So, so no, I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, I can also see a draw, and that's why my play here would be both teams to score set at 1.56. Not great value, but that would be my only play for this game. I really can't trust Luton on the road, but listen, man, they're desperate, so they probably will score a goal. Wolves being at home will also probably score a goal, so that would be my play for this game. Both teams to score, not great value, but that's my play. All right, next up, Everton hosting Brentford. Everton wins set at 2.5. Brentford wins set at 2.9. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, both teams should be safe and are coming off an impressive win. Everton should be a little bit more desperate, being 2 points behind Brentford. So my lean would be towards Everton here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, mine also. But the win against Liverpool was very surprising. I think even for them. So
should do a lot for their confidence.
Yeah. But after a game like that, okay, they're playing at home again. So
yes,
it's an away game. It's a home game. So I think that they'll maybe bring the same energy to the game with Brentford. So I also lean towards Everton.
Yeah, and Brentford's also coming off a high, so I can also see a letdown spot for Brentford trashing Luton 5-1 in the last matchup. Trust me, they're not scoring 5 goals in this game. All right. Next up, Aston Villa hosting Chelsea. Villa wins set at 2.18. Chelsea wins set at 3.2. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now listen, man. Aston Villa just has to be the play here. I don't know. You saw Chelsea in midweek against Arsenal. Just horrible. But the only thing that gives me a slight concern is that Villa, I know they're trying to lock up the 4th spot, but they have an important game coming up in midweek against Olympiacos. That just gives me a little bit of trepidation. But listen, man, how can you trust Chelsea?
No, can't trust Chelsea at all, especially not away and not against Aston Villa. So
And they're not playing for anything at the moment.
yeah. So no. For me, it's just the Aston Villa win.
Yeah, that just has to be the play here. All right, next up, Tottenham hosting Arsenal. Tottenham wins set at 4.7. Arsenal wins set at 1.75. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, the line for Tottenham is coming down. It opened at like 1.9. Now it's dropped down to 1.75. And I'm in lockstep with the movement. Give me Arsenal for a win. Now, Arsenal riding high, while Tottenham, they can't beat good teams. They have 2 wins against teams in the top 4. One was against Liverpool when Liverpool received a red card in the first half, and the other win against the team in the top 4 was against Aston Villa, when Aston Villa was also playing with 10 men. So when it's 11 against 11, Tottenham can beat good teams. Give me Arsenal for a win. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, Arsenal for a win, or I would go for the both teams to score. Arsenal win, and the over 3.5 is also a possible one. So I would go for the both teams to score and Arsenal win.
Yeah, so a couple bets we like in this game. Arsenal winning, Arsenal wins, and both teams to score, and also the over 3.5. And as a matter of fact, I like all 3 bets.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Bournemouth hosting Brighton. Bournemouth wins set at 2.2. Brighton wins set at 3.2. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Bournemouth in better form here, coming off a good result in midweek, while Brighton got beat by City. Kind of in bad fashion, but again, it's Manchester City. But now they travel with low confidence to face Bournemouth, so I just have to take Bournemouth for a win here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, low confidence, and especially the last 5 matches, they haven't won, 2 draws. But yeah, that's for teams like Brighton is almost like a loss. So I'm just gonna go for Bournemouth here. Bournemouth looks to be in better form at the moment. So
Yeah, I agree with you there. Give me also Bournemouth. Right, next up, Nottingham Forest hosting City. Forest wins set at 11. City wins set at 1.33. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Nottingham Forest can fall into the relegation zone if Luton were to win against Wolves. So they're playing for a lot here, but listen, man, City's playing for the title, so you just have to take City here, right?
yeah, of course, it's not. You can't do anything else here. City, I think they already have the championship for me, but yeah, that's just me. And Nottingham Forest won't cause any trouble.
Yeah, and I really can see City treating this like the Brighton game in midweek. So look for City to score early in this game. So give me a halftime, full-time City win. All right, that wraps up the Premier League. Let's get to Serie A. First game, Lecce hosting Monza. Lecce wins set at 2.02. Monza wins set at 4.2. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now Monza safe. Lecce 7 points above the drop and coming off back-to-back wins, albeit against Empoli and Sassuolo. So 2 horrible teams, which is why I really can't trust Lecce that much. But Monza not playing for anything. I'm staying away from this game. Are you doing something?
Lecce could be, they're more motivated this game, like you say. Said Monza not playing for anything anymore, so it's possible. That's why the odds for Monza are that
Yeah,
high.
or that high. I understand the odds. I understand the line.
So yeah, Lecce is really a team to look at this weekend.
All right. Next up, Juventus hosting AC Milan. Juventus wins set at 2.1. AC Milan wins set at 3.7. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, AC Milan coming off a bad stretch, 4 games without a win, but a top 4 spot all but secure. Juve is just 6 points above Roma, who sits at 5th. So Juve is a little bit more desperate here, and also a couple of key players missing for AC Milan. So give me Juventus for a win here. I know they also played in midweek, but they advanced in the Coppa Italia. So give me Juventus for a win. What are you doing, Sergio?
Milan has their streak is much worse than than Juventus. So for a top team, 4 games in a row, no win, 3 losses. You'd think that now they'll come out strong. So yeah, but still, like you said, a few players missing.
And Juventus is just tough to beat at home. I know they haven't been great overall this season, but tough to beat at home. And I really can't see AC Milan. They're not in form, no confidence. So just give me Juventus for a win.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe just Juventus.
All right. Next up, Lazio hosting Verona. Lazio wins set at 1.6. Verona wins set at 6.4. Line for Torrigo set at 2.5. Now, Lazio beat Juve in midweek, but did not advance in the Coppa Italia. But they can secure a top 7 spot, maybe a 6 spot for a European ticket, while Verona is currently 3 points above the drop. So Verona also playing for something, trying to stay alive in the Serie A. So my play here, both teams to score, set at 2.08. That's my bet. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, but I would go for both teams to score. Lazio win. I still think Lazio is gonna win this game because it's also very important for them. So yeah, I would go for the both teams to score. Lazio win.
All right, we agreed there. Next up, Inter hosting Torino. Inter wins set at 1.53. Torino wins set at 7. Line for Torino set at 2.5. Now, Inter obviously champions, so nothing to play for, but they are playing at home, after winning the title. So I think they would want to win this game. Well, Torino's not playing for anything, but kind of low value backing Inter and high risk. You don't know how motivated they will be since they already secured the title. So I'm not betting this game. Or are you doing something here?
Maybe the over 2.5. It's kind of.
Torino's not a high scoring team, and I'm not sure how many goals Inter will try to score in this game.
Yeah, but it's also a stay away for me. But the over 2.5 just caught my eye. But it's a stay away.
All right. Next up, Bologna hosting Udinese. Bologna wins set at 1.6. Udinese wins set at 6.25. Line for Turbo set at 2.5. Now, Bologna trying to hold on to a top 4 spot, 6 points above Roma, while Udinese is in a relegation battle. And like we said a couple of times, Udinese, they seem to beat all the good teams, but can't beat bad teams. They almost upset Inter also. So can they upset Bologna?
Maybe for a double chance, I would go for a double chance this match.
And Bologna's coming off a great game, beating Roma in good fashion.
Yeah, but Udinese has a streak for what 6 or
yeah, I don't know. I also don't know what Udinese is doing against the good teams, picking up all these points and just can't seem to beat the bad teams. I know also kind of a bad spot for Udinese because they had to finish the game on a Thursday against Roma, just a couple of minutes, and then you travel to Bologna. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards Bologna in this spot. Yeah, just give me Bologna for a win.
Yeah, me also, but still, Bologna had a very good game against Roma. So if they can keep it up, Udinese should be no problem.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Napoli hosting Roma. Napoli wins set at 1.98. Roma wins set at 3.95. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is also a play I really like. Napoli. I don't really trust Napoli, but Roma's in a bad spot here, right? They had really intensive matchups the last couple of weeks. Also, like I said, they traveled to Udinese to Thursday. Now you travel on a kind of a short week. You travel to Napoli, and also an important matchup coming up in midweek Europa League. So just give me Napoli for a win. Although I don't really trust them that much, but I'm gonna back Napoli here. What are you doing?
I'm actually leaning more towards Roma. Napoli, like Roma, they've been a lot better this season.
Yes, and especially under De Rossi, they've been great. But listen, they played Europa League against AC Milan, and then you play on the weekend. You play actually it was a Monday game. You play against Bologna. You lose that game. Then you travel to Udinese, and now you got to travel to Napoli. So with also with one eye on the Europa League match coming up. So that's why I trying to back Napoli in this spot. But Roma is the better team.
Yeah, but I'm going for the Roma win here.
All right, we disagree there. I'm going for the Napoli win. We'll see next up. All right. Next up, Atalanta hosting Empoli. Sorry, Atalanta wins set at 1.46. Empoli wins set at 7.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, also an important matchup coming up for Atalanta Europa League in midweek, while Empoli 3 points above the drop. So Empoli also playing for something. I don't really trust Empoli here, but so I'm just gonna play both teams to score because I can see Empoli scoring a goal here. Monza almost upset Atalanta last week. Maybe sneaking out a draw, but they were a bit unfortunate. I can see Empoli scoring a goal here. So give me both teams to score 1.89. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, both teams to score looks like the play to go. It's not really interesting to back Atalanta because I'm sure they'll win. Yeah, but both teams to score, that's possible.
All right. Next up, Fiorentina hosting Sassuolo. Fiorentina wins set at 1.74. Sassuolo wins set at 4.9. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now this is kind of the same as as the last matchup because Atalanta played in midweek for the Coppa Italia against Fiorentina, but I just don't trust Empoli. I have a tough time backing Empoli, but I do like Sassuolo in this spot. I do like Sassuolo. So one of my upsets for the weekend, Sassuolo winning because Fiorentina lost against Atalanta, and then now they also have an important matchup coming up on Thursday, the Conference League. So I'm just gonna back Sassuolo here for this spot because they have a lot to play for. Are you doing something?
Yeah, I would go for a double chance, not just a full win for the Sassuolo. I would go for the double chance for Sassuolo.
And yes, and also another play I like in this spot, the over 2.5 goals, because as we saw last week, Lecce put 3 goals past in Sassuolo, so the defense is still a concern. So the Sassuolo win, also something I'm sprinkling on, but the play here over 2.5 goals. All right. Next up, Genoa hosting Cagliari. Genoa wins set at 2.3. Cagliari wins set at 3.45. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now Genoa safe. Cagliari 14, but just 4 points above the drop. So they do need points here, but I don't really trust them. Are you doing something?
Genoa, I'm just going for the Genoa win. Against Lazio, they were no close of getting at least a point. So yeah, I would. I'm just going for a Genoa win here.
All right. I don't really have a play in that game. That wraps up Serie A. Let's get to La Liga. Quick first game, Las Palmas hosting Girona. Las Palmas wins set at 5. Girona wins set at 1.7. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, last 9 games, Girona won all home games and lost all road games. So, kind of a trend here. But they may not have a better chance to win a road game again against a team that has lost 5 straight and failed to score in 4 of the last 5. So, give me Girona for a win. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I was thinking about both teams to score Girona win because, like you said, they haven't scored in a few matches and it can't keep happening. So I would go for both teams to score Girona win.
All right. Next up, Almeria hosting Getafe. Almeria wins set at 2.7. Getafe wins set at 2.85. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Almeria already relegated, basically. Getafe needs a miracle to climb over Valencia, Villarreal, and Betis. So I really can see a conservative matchup here. Don't really have a bet. Are you doing something?
I think it will end in a draw, especially like Almeria already relegated. It could be that they're playing with a little bit more, confident. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter what happens. So
Yeah, so they're basically already relegated. If they were to have a chance, they need to win all 6 remaining games, and Celta doesn't need to pick up any more points or Mallorca. So I think their fate has sealed.
Yes, I think also.
All right. Next up, Alaves hosting Celta. Alaves wins set at 2.7. Celta wins set at 2.9. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now here, this is a play where I like Celta. I know Alaves is coming off a good match beating Atletico Madrid, but so man, they won't put up the same performance here. Also, they were a little bit fortunate in the last matchup. Celta 6 points above the drop, while Alaves is 10 points with 6 games left. So Cadiz also basically would have to win every game to climb over Alaves, at least 4 to have a chance. So Alaves is safe in my opinion, while Celta not really. So I'm gonna back Celta here. Are you doing something?
Also backing Celta. The win from Alaves on Atletico Madrid was such a huge surprise.
Yes.
I think that that for them it was a high, so you know what comes next. So
Yes. Hello. All
I'm
right.
going also going for a Celta win.
I agree with you there. Next up, Atletico Madrid hosting Athletic Bilbao. Madrid wins set at 1.98. Bilbao wins set at 4. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, these teams already met 3 times this season, and Bilbao won all 3 games. Now, that's one reason why I like Atletico Madrid. But also, Athletic Bilbao just 3 points behind Atletico Madrid for the 4th spot. The 2 of the 3 meetings they won, Bilbao was playing at home. They also won the road game, but in the road game, they scored a penalty and they basically did not create any chances besides that. Atletico Madrid also dominated possession. Atletico Madrid's more desperate, coming off a bad performance against Alaves. Give me Atletico Madrid for a win. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm also going for Atletico Madrid. Um, um, lost the last 2 matches. Okay, one in the Champions League against Dortmund. Yeah, but still, the one against Alaves was the worst. So
Yeah,
I think,
Simeone will demand a response from his players.
yes, that's what I was going to say. So I think, and also they're playing at home, so
Yeah,
just Atletico Madrid win.
and they've been great at home all season. All right. Next up, Cadiz hosting Mallorca. Cadiz wins set at 2.65. Mallorca wins set at 3.25. Line for total goals set at 1.5. So listen, man, the bookmakers not expecting a lot of goals in this matchup. Neither am I. Relegation battle, Cadiz 18, Mallorca 6 points above Cadiz. So this is kind of a similar situation like we saw last week in the Premier League, Brentford hosting Luton. Luton was hosting Brentford, and all Brentford would had to do was make sure Luton did not win. So all Mallorca has to do here is make sure Cadiz does not win. Mallorca doesn't like anything more than defending, so they will sit deep, defend, and maybe this is a 1-1 or even a 1-0 win for Mallorca. I can see a low-scoring game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, low scoring game or a draw. So yeah, it's actually a stay away from it. It's the odds from Mallorca are a little bit, tempting, but yeah, but still, I'm just going for the draw here.
All right, I agree with you. Next up, Granada hosting Osasuna. Granada wins set at 2.63. Osasuna wins set at 3.05. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Granada also a team just waiting for their fate to be sealed, right? This is just they're not they're not climbing out of the relegation battle, right?
Oh, no, I think it's over for them, and Osasuna, yeah, not much to play for also. So yeah, this game is also one of them that's maybe he's gonna end in a draw.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the odds kind of speak for themselves. 2.63 against 3.05. A draw is the most likely outcome. All right, next up, Villarreal hosting Rayo. Villarreal wins set at 1.75. Rayo wins set at 4.8. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Villarreal has been great under the new coach, and they can put some pressure on Valencia and Betis. Also, knowing Valencia will be facing Barcelona on Monday. We'll get to that game in just a couple of minutes. And with the win here for the 7th spot, Conference League ticket, Rayo 9 points above the drop, above Cadiz. So not really safe, but Villarreal also has something to play for, and they're playing great under the new coach. So give me Villarreal for a win. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm also going for a Villarreal win. It's a chance for them to end the season a lot better than it looked. So yeah, I'm going for a Villarreal win.
All right. Next up, Real Betis hosting Sevilla. Betis win set at 2.12. Sevilla win set at 3.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Sevilla basically secured a spot for La Liga next season with the win against Mallorca on Monday. 12 points above Cadiz with 6 games left. So Cadiz is not Cadiz is not climbing over Sevilla, so Sevilla should be satisfied here, while Betis will be looking to put some more distance with Valencia and maybe Villarreal. So I'm just gonna go for a Betis win. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I'm also going for a Betis win here. Sevilla on the road. Yeah, not a lot you can count on there. So yeah, I'm just going for a Betis win also.
All right. Next up, Barcelona hosting Valencia. Barcelona wins set at 1.35. Valencia wins set at 9.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Xavi said he was leaving, but looks like he's staying after all.
Yeah, he had a change of heart.
Now,
Yeah, but I also thought, because the last months were a lot better. The moment he said that he was leaving, it looked like things turned around, and yeah, I think that's why he had a change of heart.
and now that he's saying he's staying, and will things go the other way?
No, not against Valencia, but no, I hope not. So. But it should be a win for Barcelona this game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Valencia has been streaky at some points in the season, but usually that's at home, not on the road. Barcelona, I think they've been good at home, very good actually. So I also think Barcelona will win this game. But I don't really have a bet in this game. All right, that wraps up La Liga. Let's get to the Bundesliga. First game, Bayern Munich hosting Frankfurt. Bayern Munich wins set at 1.45. Frankfurt wins set at 6.25. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now Frankfurt already beat Bayern in the first matchup of the season. Can they do the double here?
No, no, not at home, not at home, and Bayern. I think I think they have a chance to maybe win the Champions League. Even I'm not counting out Bayern totally.
Well, it's the only prize they can win for the season. So think they will put all their efforts into the Champions League. So that's why I was trying to take a close look at Frankfurt, but I have a hard time betting Frankfurt.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not betting this game, especially not on Frankfurt.
All right. Next up, Freiburg hosting Wolfsburg. Freiburg wins set at 2.3. Wolfsburg wins set at 3.2. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, a good chance for Freiburg to close the gap with Frankfurt if Frankfurt were to lose against Bayern. But Wolfsburg also has something to play for, just 4 points above the drop. But I can't trust Wolfsburg on the road. As a matter of fact, I really can't trust them even when they're playing at home. So give me Freiburg for a win. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm also leaning towards Freiburg for a win here. I don't see like you said, Wolfsburg on the road even worse. So I'm going for the Freiburg win.
All right. Next up, Leipzig hosting Dortmund. Leipzig wins set at 1.57. Dortmund wins set at 5.4. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, this is a battle for the fourth spot. The Dortmund important matchup coming up in the Champions League. I really like them here, but they will have one eye on their midweek matchup. So kind of a little bit trepidation picking Dortmund, but I'm still gonna back Dortmund just just because of the odds. But my play will be Dortmund over 1.5 goals, set at 2.63. They should score at least twice in this game. Are you doing something here?
I'm going for a double chance here for Dortmund. Yeah, because like you said, it's a Dortmund. I don't think they believe that they'll win the Champions League.
You
They'll
should.
try, but they know that a fourth spot is important to secure Champions League for next season. So I would I would go for a double chance.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But I do think that if you're in the locker room, if you're a player, you should believe that you can win the Champions League. And I think a couple of them actually do. But like you said, fourth spot also very important. So they will treat this game as also an important one. All right, next up, Augsburg hosting Werder Bremen. Augsburg wins set at 1.75. Bremen wins set at 4.3. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, I don't have a bet in this game. Bremen tied with Heidenheim on points 11, but only 7 points above the drop. So I think it would be a miracle if all those teams in below Bremen were to climb over them. Augsburg 1 point behind Frankfurt, so they also have a chance to climb over Frankfurt. But sorry, I don't have a play in this game. Are you doing something?
No, I'm also not betting this game. Not really interesting.
All right. Next up, Leverkusen hosting Stuttgart. Leverkusen wins set at 1.7. Stuttgart wins set at 4.6. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Leverkusen, of course, already champions, and I've bet a couple times against Leverkusen this season. Needless to say, I've lost money, but listen, man, I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna do it again. Stuttgart, Stuttgart winning this game. Leverkusen, you have to rest your players at some point, right? You have the DFB in a cup final coming up. You have an important matchup coming up in the Europa League. This game should not be important at all. Well, it will be important for Frankfurt. Sorry, for Stuttgart. So give me Stuttgart for a win. Are you doing something?
Yeah, by Leverkusen, the unbeaten status this season, I think that is less important for them than, actually getting one or two more cups. So I, I'm also going for Stuttgart.
Yeah, but
I believe this one is the one
I
that.
will play it safe. Give me a double chance Stuttgart over 2-1, 2.17. So that's great value. And I also like Stuttgart to score more than one goal in this game. So give me also Stuttgart over 1.5 goals. So obviously, listen, man, Leverkusen's the better team, but they don't have a lot to play for. The treble, winning the treble should be important, much more important.
Yeah, that's why I'm also leaning towards Stuttgart.
All right, next up, Gladbach hosting Union. Gladbach wins set at 2.32. Union wins set at 3.15. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Union 2 points above the drop. Gladbach 4 points above the drop. So both teams playing for something. But if I'm gonna trust one, it's gonna be Gladbach, especially since they're playing at home. So give me Gladbach for a win. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going for a Gladbach win. They lost two in a row. So now they're playing at home and it's against Union. Yeah, a better chance like this, I think you're not gonna get. And I'm and if Union wins, they know Union will go.
Yeah, we'll climb over them.
So yeah, I'm also going for Gladbach.
Yeah, and Union on the road, they've won 2 games this season. The first one was against Darmstadt in the beginning of the season, where they were kind of in better form, and also it was Darmstadt, so I don't have to say anything else. And the other game was against Hoffenheim, 1-0, where Hoffenheim received a red card. Now both teams received a red card early in the game, in the first half, but Hoffenheim still dominated the game in terms of possession and goal attempts. So the 1-0 win against Hoffenheim was kind of a one-off. I can see them winning on the road again, so give me Gladbach for a win. All right, next up, Mainz hosting Keulen. Mainz wins set at 1.56. Keulen wins set at 6.25. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Mainz has been playing a lot better in recent games. Keulen 5 points below Mainz, so Keulen just has to win this game. Can they do something here?
No, I don't think so. Maybe if they were playing at home, but mine's better form the last especially the last 5 games. So yeah, I think they'll keep that going. No, I think it's for Keulen also too late.
Yeah, and if Mainz wins this game, and their fate will be sealed. All right, next up, Darmstadt hosting Heidenheim. Darmstadt wins set at 3.3. Heidenheim wins set at 2.18. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now Darmstadt already relegated. Heidenheim, they sit 10th, but just 7 points above the drop, so kind of in between. But I don't think they will be relegated. But I'm just gonna back Heidenheim for no other reason than they're playing against Darmstadt. So are you doing something here?
Yeah, yeah, I can't disagree with you there. So I would also go for a Heidenheim win. Yeah.
All right, that wraps up the Bundesliga, and that wraps up all picks and leans for the upcoming weekend. Quick recap for the bets I really like: Atletico Madrid to win, Napoli to win, Utrecht to win, Girona to win, and Real Betis to win. And of course, I like a couple of upsets: Stuttgart in a double chance, Dortmund double chance, West Ham double chance. I like Celta in an upset. Who do you have, Sergio?
Yeah, NEC, of course, Nijmegen, Utrecht, over 3.5, Sparta versus Volendam. I have Aston Villa win and over 3.5, Tottenham, and of course Roma win.
All right. Now that wraps up all picks and news, like I said. Now, like we always say, guys, bet smart, bet with your head, set your limits, and stay within your means. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody.